Hey everybody, welcome to this live broadcast. This is probably going to be a short one. The purpose of this is to make you all aware of something. And I have a chart up here, and I want to talk to you a little bit about it and what this is about. Something's up with lunacy, Luna Classic, Lunk, LUNC. As you may have remembered, it kind of collapsed. It was the DeFi darling, billions and billions of dollars. But what you probably didn't think about is while it was collapsing, a lot of hedge funds, very wealthy people around the world didn't sell. I saw it happen while it was happening. I threw $50 of it inside of a Roth IRA structure that I set up, and I made out like a bandit. And then I set up a bot that's been making money ever since. And it's one of those things where I wish I would have gambled more. It was a speculation. I was at the right place at the right time. Those things don't happen very often, and it was pure luck. This is more strategy. I just got done spending about 50 minutes recording and documenting the strategy, which I made available on my basically new Patreon. It's not a new Patreon account. It's like I finally figured out what I want to do with my Patreon account. I'd love to reach 33,333 members. And you know what? 333,333 members, or 3,333,033 members. That kind of global reach around this strategy, we could change our world and transform things. I teach leadership, mission-focused leadership. Most management folks are clueless. And I'm writing a book, hence the word author. But this has nothing to do with that. This is about you spending $5, becoming a Patreon member, and testing the strategy out. And if it transforms your life, just be a member for life. And then learn a little bit more about me and the mission. Okay? So the information, the details, and the strategy, $5. But let's look at the chart. If you're on a cell phone, I'm sorry, but you know what? You should be able to see this. This is the monthly chart. Okay. Lunacy is see this one number that's multiple zeros away from 1 cent. This was a major achievement recently, but it's made news in the crypto circles. I don't know why it hasn't been on CNN or the Wall Street Journal or your bigger financial journals. Maybe I haven't seen it, but I noticed this happening. So this is the monthly, this is the weekly, and this is the daily. Now, conspiracy theory. Should we have a conspiracy theory? Let's do a little conspiracy theory. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm sorry, I had to do that. Repurposing it. Okay, let's get rid of this chart. Well, we can bring it back. So let's look at the daily here. Look at this, right? We're what? Thursday. So Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Sunday, Saturday. What happened here? Now I'd kind of do a deep dive into what happened. Available Patreon members. Okay. And I run the numbers. I give an example plan of, I use like 100. Well, so the price is always changing, right? So right now it's about $125, $130 idea that you could probably participate in with as little as maybe $15. Don't wait on this one. This is kind of what I'm trying to say. I've been in Luna before it collapsed. Okay. This is not about trying to influence the market, because this is a bigger deal than that. And I look at my followers. So SEC, get off my back. Not a big deal going on here. This is just an idea that the little guys, you, me, right? U.S. citizens, especially, if you're anywhere else in the world, hello, my fellow global citizens and e-residency members. But for U.S. citizens who don't have an e-residency, you don't have time to wait to get a Palau e-residency, get the idea, and then run into some of the other issues. And I talk about that, how to you, my fellow U.S. citizens, restoring your abilities to pursue happiness in the modern world. Okay. I've recorded videos about this, and I'll probably do some more about your rights being infringed. And it's a little political, but this is about opportunity that you can go to like Coinbase and Kraken, any of the major exchanges that where you can buy Lunk, L-U-N-C, not Luna, Lunk, L-U-N-C. Okay. Which means you don't need leverage for this one. If you can do this inside of a retirement account or a Roth IRA type of thing, that's even better. Okay. Got those strategies, talk about inside the membership. Got 3 years of content, cryptocurrency trading, investing stuff. I'm not really teaching that anymore. I'm going back into consulting and life coaching. But this is an opportunity. That is a speculation. It is a gamble. But I think it's a pretty good one. So what happened? Well, this started happening here. Let's go back in this. Let me bring this back on. No, I was all right. I had an off day. I didn't sleep well late last night. I didn't go into my job today. I took the day off, rested, and I'm just like all pumped up about this. And I share what I'm personally doing inside Patreon and some other ideas, but mainly this. So this was all happening, right? Before we learned some things that happened over the weekend. What all happened during this time period? Well, let's talk about that. Global news in the crypto world. CEO Binance stepping down. Binance paying a 4-point-something billion fine to the United States government, even though it's not a U.S. company. Because U.S. citizens snuck on there or they encouraged whatever. I guess there might have been money laundering and other things going on, but that's more of an international thing, like the Hague kind of stuff. This is the U.S. government like being a mob boss, in my opinion, saying, oh, you need to pay for protection. Well, guess what? They were going to fight it, and then they decided not to. Thought that was interesting. I thought they had a winning case against the United States, which I think is in the SEC is being ridiculous. Your rights have been infringed, my fellow citizens. Okay. We'll talk about that in depth another time. The dude confessed to these crimes. All right. Binance, he's going to, okay, so here's the deal. He's going to step down. Binance is paying a 4 billion fine, right? And the United States government is going to monitor Binance, a non-U.S. company, for 5 years.
I'm sorry, but what? What's that all about?
Well, that's about the evil government extending its influence around the world to non-U.S. nationals and other business interests.
And so I'm just having fun with my equipment. I finally got it working. It was driving me nuts for a few days. Okay. Why is that happening? Well, what happened over the weekend? I literally, I can't say it out loud because it's listening next to me. Hey, Google, right? Let's bring Donna in on this, and hopefully her audio is working. If it's not, it's okay. The links to this, the other content, is all in is in the. Okay, so some of these platforms, the descriptions and stuff are too long. This is set up for YouTube, so if there's no description and links, I think I'm broadcasting this to like 8 different locations simultaneously right now. In some time when I have nothing better to do because I don't have a staff, I can go into each one of those and drop the stuff in. Don't have time for that. Okay, I work full time, yada yada yada. So I'm going to see if Donna can summarize what happened with Luna over the weekend for us. So let me bring her online. Just give me a second. I should have had this set up, but all right. No. Here we go. Let's try this one. Donna is ChatGPT 4 that's been personalized to me. Story there. I can get to that in the after show, right? How's that? Let's bring her online. Hey, Donna. So we're doing a live broadcast to a lot of different locations. I'm wondering if you could do analysis of what hit the news for Luna C, LUNC, over this last weekend, which is causing this price rally that is talked about in lesser known crypto news reporting. All right. So she's looking into it. This may take a minute or two. But if you were, hold on, those are annoying. So, well, wait a second, I need to leave that up because otherwise we'll just have to deal with it. Because she just starts talking.
Over the recent weekend, several factors have contributed to the price rally of Lunacy. Here's a comprehensive analysis based on various news reports.
All right.
1. Token burn impact. A significant factor driving the LUNC price rally has been the substantial burning of tokens. Nearly 78.24 billion LUNC tokens have been incinerated, reducing the circulating supply to 5.8 trillion. This reduction in supply often exerts upward pressure on prices, a strategy in the crypto space to manage inflation and enhance token value. 2. Recent price surge. The Terra Luna Classic price has seen a remarkable increase, leaping by 28% in a day and showing a 63% rise in the past week and a 79% increase over the last 30 days. These increases are significant, especially considering the generally disappointing performance of the coin throughout 2023 up until this point. 3. Market sentiment and capital influx. The recent influx of capital into the market has likely induced considerable confidence among investors, contributing to the LUNC price rally. The rise in USTC's value from around 1.332 to 0.75, now trading at about 0.4, also suggests a positive shift in market sentiment toward these assets. 4. Overall market gains. It's also noted that the broader market has made more modest gains, with LUNC's price movements aligning with an increasingly positive sentiment in the altcoin space. This market trend may have further supported the rally experienced by LUNC. These factors combined suggest that the recent rally in LUNC's price is a result of both internal strategies like token burning and external market dynamics, including investor confidence and broader market trends. It's always important to approach such rallies with caution and consider the inherent volatility and risks associated with cryptocurrency investments.
Oh, thank you for that. So you didn't find anything about the fact that the token folks reprogrammed and fixed some bugs over the weekend? Did you find any information on that? Oh, we must have missed something. AI is a great collaborator. I don't know why. Well, I do know why we're afraid of it, but that's another conversation for another time.
Yes, there was indeed significant news regarding the Terra ecosystem, particularly about Lunacy, LUNC, which likely contributed to the recent price rally. Key points from the recent developments include: 1. Bug fix proposal passed. A crucial proposal was passed by the Terra community to resolve a sequence mismatch issue.
This
proposal, put forth by Terra Luna Classic core developer L1TF, aimed to deploy a new version of the Terra client. This new version fixed a bug that affected some validators during commission edits. The resolution of this issue, which previously barred some accounts from interacting with the chain, was aimed at restoring the stability and security of the network. 2. Boosted market confidence. The successful passing of this proposal significantly boosted confidence and enthusiasm within the Terra community. This positive sentiment was reflected in the market performance of Terra's tokens. For instance, USTC, the stablecoin of the Terra ecosystem, gained over 249% in a 24-hour period, reaching a new all-time high. Likewise, LUNC, the native token of Terra Luna Classic, soared by over 46% in the same period. 3. Expectations for continued growth. The rally of Terra-related assets, including LUNC, highlights the potential and resilience of the Terra ecosystem. The community's dedication and collaborative efforts
I'm going to
are
interrupt her
expected
here.
to continue driving.
So let me ask you something, Donna. Donna's ChatGPT 4. So are they trying to reestablish USDT's peg? Yeah, they are, by the way. So rather than me fact checking and you having to believe and trust me,
The Terra Classic
there we
LUNC
go.
community is indeed working on reestablishing the peg for Terra Classic USD, USTC. Key developments include 1. Repeg proposal. The community passed a crucial proposal aimed at bringing USTC back to a $1 peg. This proposal, submitted by the L1 team, involves creating a test environment to evaluate the necessary conditions for a successful USTC.
Okay, I'm just going to interrupt her because she's long-winded and gives exhaustive answers. So, she's now getting impatient on me. All right. So, what this means, if that's an entire community's goal, and who really funded the original Luna besides the tech guy that got arrested for already rich person taking advantage of other already rich persons and hedge funds and things, is in jail, right? Okay. And he created another project trying to cover his tracks, blah, 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 right? Airdrops. It was like, but LUNC, Luna Classic, right? That community took over the project, which makes sense because that project was funded by what? Who? Binance. Guess who also, let's see, let's find out what also happened recently with Binance besides the dude stepping down, paying a $4 billion fine, not a U.S. company, and 5 years of U.S. supervision for a non-U.S. company on the world stage. That's an oddly weird development and shift. But what happened? What did Binance do recently around LUNC? Keep in mind, LUNC's trading under a penny. Let's bring Donna back online. Hey, Donna, could you do a quick look? Didn't Binance just recently open up LUNC for some kind of trading or some other special type of thing within the last week?
I couldn't find specific information regarding Binance opening LUNC for trading in the last week. It's possible that this event hasn't been widely reported or hasn't occurred yet. You may want to keep an eye on the latest news from Binance.
Oh yeah, it has. So this is one of those rare
It
moments in
seems
his.
like you were about to provide more information.
She's always she's a personal assistant on steroids, and she's emulating Donna from the show's Suits. If you want to know where that came from, it's kind of a cool story. Anyway, she's very personable. The point is, this is one of those rare, once in a lifetime moments in history in crypto, right? Where you can be strategic. You don't have to have access to high leverage, like if on Binance or KuCoin or some of the other foreign exchanges around the world, we can get 100x, 150x, 500x, 1000x leverage, right? You're barred from that as a U.S. citizen. It is what it is. E-residency is another concept, and I talk about that. And anyway, it's a whole. I'm building a community. Is what I'm just literally relaunching the concept after spending 3 years trying to figure out how to approach this. How to Think POTU. Man, that's the foundation. But this is like jumping in because this is happening now in our world right now. You don't have time to wait 30 days maybe to get a Palau membership to participate. So this will actually work on U.S. exchanges like Coinbase, regulated, seal of approval, blah, blah, blah. Kraken, who paid their fines without a fight, like paying the mob boss for protection. It's exactly what's going on. All right. Not going to get into the politics of that. Your rights have been infringed, but it doesn't matter in this. Okay. So if you can buy Luna right now, $12.50 buys about 100,000 lunk. You can just create your own strategies if you want. You can play with that. I created one that I've deployed. I've already made a ton of money on lunk. In fact, when it collapsed, I watched it happen, and I had a once in a lifetime event. But I can teach you what I did. I can tell you what I did, but you can't replicate it unless you're right there in the same place, same time, with like $50 worth of resources. The strategy that I outlined, if you do the whole strategy right now and were to get it done, would probably cost you somewhere around $130 to do. But at least probably about $15 could be a transformational thing for just about anybody. So I'm trying to put my contact pretty much through YouTube because it's self-monetizing. But I have channels all over the place, and I want to build a community. So what I'm going to do is hopefully you guys will reach out on YouTube, my channel, See that little icon says How to Think POTU? Well, that's the name of the channel. It's being repurposed. Find that. It's really cool, and follow that. There's not a ton of content yet, okay, but it's coming out. That's free. You can support me in the channel through doing that. That's free. But if you really want to support me, get the word out about this and let everyone come support me so I can do more of this type of content. But first, do the $5 thing through Patreon. It's one tier only. It's set up for $5 a month. You can cancel at any time. But if this works for you, you guys owe me a tip. Like I've calculated 2 times 3.33. I've got a thing about 3 because it's a sacred number and all sorts of other sort of thing. But when I ran the numbers on it, it's you if you're around me, you can hear about DTC missions, and it's another conversation I'm not going to get into. But it's about doubling your money in cryptocurrency through trading. I have a whole program around that, and it's not for sale. I was giving it away for free, reworking it. Doesn't matter. I'm not doing that right now. I've got other priorities. I want to build the community, but the financial objectives worked out to be 6.66%. 666. So to me, that was hilarious. It's a factor of 3. So, if that makes you crazy, that's fine. For most people who are probably doing what I'm doing, they're going to laugh, and it made me laugh. So that's why I do 2 times 3.33% as a tip. If you accomplish 20 missions or better. So anyway, that's where that comes from. That's pretty much it. Giving you a heads up. This is happening. You can run the numbers yourself. I've got spreadsheets. I've got 3 years worth of stuff that's available behind the scenes worth thousands of dollars. But this is about getting your attention to be a part of my community, and let's build something together, because our world, if you haven't looked around, has got problems. I've concluded, I'm an IT person, right? Root cause analysis is we do not know how to think properly. We don't know how to tithe properly, for those that are into that sort of thing as doing good. It's just like we're not being good stewards. We're all obsessed with money and owning and controlling everything, right? And it's leading to our species' destruction in my lifetime. Multiple vectors have already been crossed. I think AI could save us, but I was like, well, what can I do about it? Well, I could teach some strategies. I'm a strategist. If the government has tested me, my highest thing is strategy. And it's just like, wow, I'm the Purple Ninja, who's my partner. She's lovely and amazing. She does the impossible all the time. She doesn't know that's impossible. It's a strategy. Don't tell her that doubling money with only 100x trades without 0 trading losses is impossible. Don't tell her that I don't want her to know. She's now, last week she was on like mission 2. Okay, I'm going off tangent here. She was on like mission 2, and I got her a spreadsheet because she doesn't like using. She doesn't use any of my tools. All kind of intuitive around the strategy idea, right? So I created a simplified tool for her so she can scale as her account grows. For fun, in this case, the mission started with $5, okay? She's on mission 5 without scaling, 0 trading losses. I know, and I'm not selling you a program. There's no upsell here. You go, there's no upsell. Go check it out. If I've lied to you about the $5 is the only option, I think there's some other tiers, but there should only be one publicly available. It's $5, and there's no upsell. There's no okay. Now I'll get you $30, and I'll get you $100. I'll get you $300, and then we'll set up a counseling call, and I'm going to try to pitch you on some program that's between $3,000 and $12,000. It's not that program. I spent a year thinking about doing that program. I just don't have time for it. And what I thought is like, well, man, if I can help enough people change their lives and make it affordable that probably even a homeless person can participate. Can't now. Prior to August 31st, I actually proved a homeless person can start with 0 with no banking and no ID. But thank you, regulations, we can't do that anymore. Sorry, homeless folks. I called Homeless David 1 project and 2 project. And it was amazing. But it is what it is, right? We have to live in the world that what is. This is an amazing speculation. There's no guarantee it's going to happen. But if that community that's been backed by Binance, and Binance never stopped backing, they started burning. I thought, man, you know what? These big, wealthy folks that had lost billions, if they were to sell their Luna, they would have gotten tax write-offs. They held. That's some big money. That's the smart money. That's the people that the whales coordinate stuff with. Conspiracy theory. I mean, the market's too small. It's, right? It's what, $1 trillion? Maybe 1.3 trillion. It's been as high as $3 trillion, right? Hasn't even started. Gold is like what? I don't know. Was it 17 or 100 and some trillion dollar just gold? So yeah, crypto is manipulated. It's in its infancy. The SEC is playing games. Some of the stuff should be illegal. We can whine about it, or here's opportunity. So I hope you find at least $15 to go somewhere in the United States and buy that. Would be a suggestion. But let me qualify it, not financial advice. I've already done that and more. And what I've created is a strategy. I don't know what your financial situation is. Do not mortgage your house on something like that. Don't be like the Squid Games guy who out of what? South Korea. He mortgaged his house to the hilt. International news. Put it all into Squid Game coin, which turned out to be rug pull. I mean, did you not watch even the first 15 minutes of Squid Game to not understand that that's probably not a good omen? And they're kind of big on omens over there. I don't get it. This is different. So it's a gamble. It should have been a total loss, but it wasn't. And I think the reason why it wasn't was because there's a lot of big money behind it, and the technology actually worked. It made DeFi work. This was a huge hit to the whole DeFi global citizen thing, right? But the technology was working till there were some errors in the code in the process, and he scammed the big people. But all those big people says, yeah, but it was working. It was like crazy that the whole process was just amazing. Well, I think they're fixing it. They've been spending years fixing it, and it's less than a penny. This thing was over $100. Will it ever get back there? No. They have a very modest goal to get it back to $1. So you do the math. Buy 100,000 of it. If they get anywhere near $1, will that impact your finance? Can you pay off your credit cards? I don't know. It's just an idea. But if you want to see my strategy, it's going to cost you $5. And if you like this, help me build POTU organization. Maybe we can save our world. Wouldn't it be neat to have like a new ruling elite on the planet? That's you, right? That is aligned with the golden rule concept. And whatever your belief system is or isn't, you have it. We all have it. It's the common denominator of our species that we have refused to make the golden law. That's what POTU is about. So none of this is a threat to whatever your belief system is. But we need people who understand, you want to say faith versus a fear-focused thing. Wealthy people are afraid of losing it, so all their decisions are based on protecting themselves in fear, which is why we have trillions of dollars around the world doing absolutely nothing but ticking up and down, while we have people literally starving to death, every 3 seconds? In the modern era, that shouldn't be happening. We need new leadership, or we need to reach the current leadership and retrain them how to think POTU. POTU stands for Path the Unlimited, okay? That's my thing. Another story, another time. I want you, the average normal person, if this resonates with you, to join an organization that's loyal to the principle, not to me, not to the organization, not to an ideology, other than the principle, right? I call it universal sentient, universal. Have a lot. Okay, we're reconnected. Sorry about that. It's another theory and idea. Want to build an international organization of people that have this basic common core commitment to principles. Whatever your religious beliefs, idea, it doesn't matter. Social economic beliefs doesn't matter. It's core foundation. And we want to bring it to our governance. We want to bring it to our businesses, our personal lives, all of it. But you, a normal person, having a home run financial hit, if it's through this, great. If through something else, doesn't matter. That's what this is about, is empowering you. So once you're there, I'm also teaching stewardship, which is way more powerful than ownership. Here, if you're a tithing person, or if you're from Islam, is a zakat, and I apologize if I mispronounce it. Oh, did it resync? Hold on a second here. What's going on? So, I think I think I know what happened. I have a high speed connection, and I think what has happened is I thought I ended the stream. But now it's not going away. Oh, here we go. Sorry for the distraction. So I guess my stream came back. So all right, I was going to restart another stream, just saying, hey everybody, sorry about that. I have no idea what people did or didn't hear, but I think I was wrapping up with the idea behind POTU, Pathy Unlimited. So I'm just going to re-summarize that. If this is a little overlap, I apologize. And I won't have time to edit this. So this is live unscripted kind of stuff. Other than I had an idea, I wanted to share it. I thought this is an opportunity to build the community. Okay. So it's expensive to have all the equipment and the streaming software to do all this sort of stuff. And I work full time, and I'm turning into a digital nomad, and all sorts of cool things happening the next year. I'm 69 and a half years old, and it's just really cool. I got a lot of authoring projects, blah, 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 blah. But the big idea here around POTU, Pathy Unlimited, is so this is a unique once in a lifetime type of thing, and they come along every once in a while, more than once in a lifetime. This is not a put all your eggs in one basket thing. This is a thing, well, okay, let's say this is the after show. We've already done the after show. So what if you don't have any money? I've been there. That's how I got started in crypto. What did I do? Well, at the time I was having a foo-foo drink coffee, which is costing me about $6, which costs about $8 now every single day. So what did I do? Every time I was about to spend something, I thought, do I want to spend this money on this? Or do I want to send that to my crypto exchange? And every day what I would do is I would literally, oh, I'm not buying a coffee. $6, I'd round it up, $7 went into my crypto account, cash, USD. Back then it took 8 to 14 business days for it to land. Meanwhile, crypto, ban right now, less than 10 seconds. I hate fiat and the traditional banking system. It's literally designed from the 1800s, and we haven't advanced it much. Okay, so don't get me started. So it was a game, I'm about to buy this impulse thing for $20. Oh, I'm not going to buy that because I'd rather send the $20 from that As Seen on TV thing that really was a great deal, by the way. It was really kind of cool. And I'm a gadget freak anyway. Send the $20 in. Okay. Anyway, I recorded some videos where I had a really trim beard and a short professional haircut. I looked kind of like, a white collar worker kind of guy. And I record some videos. They're short and they're cute and they're not very well done. I don't know, many years ago when I started playing with this stuff because I didn't have any extra money at the time. So I get it. I have a big place in my heart for folks that are wrestling with financially because I have developed strategies. I've helped people save their homes from foreclosure. All that body of knowledge is in here. And I want to get it published. But more importantly, I'm really, really good as a consultant, one-on-one, right? But I want to reach a wider audience. So if I can train people how to think POTU, and I can get them financially home to run without selling them stuff and scamming. Oh yeah, we want to get you to $10,000 a month. Here, it's $1. Oh, but if you really want it, it's 33. But if you really, really want it, it's 97. But if you really, really are serious, it's 300. But you know what? For you elites, 997. Now, you've made it to 997, so let's not hold back. Let's schedule a one-on-one call, and then they're going to sell you closing $5,000 to $30,000 product. The person on the other end of the phone is making half. How do I know this? Because I've been on both sides of that, and I just don't like the model. It's an effective model, but that's the problem. We're just preditizing on each other, and then AI hasn't. How people are using AI is just kind of sad to me. It's a very empowering. In fact, in the video on Patreon, uh, Donna couldn't even do basic math. I asked her to do a calculation and she messed it up. Anyway, so I think it's deliberate so that, people trying to use and abuse AI, unless you know the answers, kind of, you anyway, I really don't like how they're playing with the ethics on it. I just want purity with my AI. I want to do its thing and give me great stuff. But she's actually kind of great and fun to work with. And I'm going to be doing streams with her as a co-host. I got it all set up and figured out. It took me a couple weeks to get it right. Wow. Sorry about those reconnects. I think what it is my provider does stuff at it's 1:36 in the morning here, and I literally invested in a failover. And what happens is when they do their upgrade, it supposedly fails over without interruption, but it's I'm probably gonna have to return that technology. So I'm wrapping up here. If you're just coming in, just rewatch this on YouTube. It's really, really good. This is some really good information. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Everyone says that, right? But it's one of them. And in crypto, they happen more than once a lifetime. I've had once in a lifetime opportunities that I've missed throughout my life. I This just kind of fell in my lap, and I want to build community, and I get into that previously. It's really, 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 really a unique opportunity. So I'm going to end the stream now and rewatch on YouTube or replay if it's available. And I apologize for the connectivity issues. I'm going to see if I can see if there's a pattern there and avoid that time space. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. I've seen some people coming in and out. Um, the idea is if I help enough other people change their world, together we can change our world. My idea here is not to build a cult or any of that sort of thing, but is to sell people on an ideology they already know, like the golden rule, sentient rights, human rights, civil rights, that sort of stuff. Because I think it's important because what we're doing, our world's too small for how we're managing it. I call it management by morons. And there's an absence of leadership, and what we accept as leadership really, really isn't in most situations. And it doesn't need to be that way. We need a new crop of ruling elite, and I want that to be you, and I want that to be people that I train in leadership and ethics through the POTU, How to Think POTU. All right. Thanks, everybody.